Divinity is going to be absolutely incredible. For those of you that have not played this series before, Divinity was the franchise that Larian were working on before they picked up Baldur's Gate 3. Now, I played Divinity Original Sin 2, which is kind of the peak of that franchise. Number 1 is showing its age a little bit, but I played this a few years ago when I was jobless, no shame, and this game was absolutely incredible. So to see Baldur's Gate 3 absolutely explode, winning all the games of the years that it did, being one of the best games that I have ever played, it made me think back to Divinity Sin 2. So that game was incredible characters, basically the same gameplay as Baldur's Gate 3, but obviously they own the rights to the franchise. So they have now announced Divinity at the Game Awards, which looks absolutely incredible. It came with an incredibly gory adults-only trailer. Some people are saying it's too much. I think I love the darker tone that they can take this. I think Divinity Original Sin 2 didn't have too dark a tone. There was definitely dark themes. You know, it's kind of set in a dark fantasy world. You've got like lizards and skeletons and magic and everything that you would normally expect. The world is quite fleshed out, and as this is just being called Divinity, my assumption is that this is potentially a soft reboot, but we do have confirmation that it is going to be turn-based, just like their games historically have been. But for you guys that haven't played it, Divinity Original Sin 2 is actually getting a next-gen upgrade now for Series X, S, and the PS5. It apparently doesn't really change too much, but if you haven't played it, guys, go pick it up now. It does go on sale quite often, sometimes in a combo with the original Divinity Original Sin game. So my assumption for this one here with Divinity is that it is going to be a soft reboot, as the name kind of suggests, as this is not Original Sin 3. I think they have realised that the hype from Baldur's Gate has now given them basically a license to print money, as long as they continue making games up to that standard, which honestly it absolutely will be. Again, I can't believe I've had to reiterate this again, but Original Sin 2 was incredible. It basically was Baldur's Gate 3 without the hype. I know that it got a lot of Game of the Year kind of contention and things like this when it came out, but like if you're somebody like me, I love RPG gaming, and I still somehow missed this one when it originally launched. I played this a few years later, as I mentioned, when I had no job. I was sitting there looking for games to play to fill the time, and I stumbled upon that, and it was absolutely incredible. Quite difficult to get into right at the start, kind of like Baldur's Gate. It can be a little bit overwhelming, but it's an incredible franchise. The world is absolutely top tier. I couldn't believe that I hadn't heard of this before. So yeah, guys, Divinity, it looks absolutely incredible. It looks like it's really sitting in that dark tone, dark fantasy world. If you haven't watched the trailer, go watch the trailer now. But I just wanted to say, I'm really hyped, and I'm glad that they feel like they have the license to be able to go off on their own now and not be using a licensed franchise. Obviously, the original Baldur's Gate games were quite a long time ago. For anyone that didn't know, Larian are not the original creators or anything of that. They stepped in to do this game, which obviously they did an incredible job with. I'm just hoping now that they have kind of the license to do whatever they want within their own game world, that they absolutely jump on that and kill it as well. I would be expecting Game of the Year noms when this comes out. Again, this is a little bit of hyperbole, but if you have not played it, guys, seriously, go give it a crack. Absolutely great game. This is my first video on this channel. I just really wanted to create this channel to talk about gaming. I've been playing for a long time. So if you kind of like little updates and opinion pieces on games and things like that, feel free to like the video and to subscribe. I'm going to be coming out with more content soon. I have run a channel before. I just got sick of the content I was making. So gaming's my passion. I absolutely love it. And I'd love to talk about the topics that pop up, since there are so many random things that happen in gaming now. The world is going quite quickly. But yeah, guys, just thought I'd shoot an update about Divinity. Seriously, give it a crack if you haven't played it. It's incredible. If you loved Baldur's Gate 3, you'll absolutely love Divinity Original Sin 2. You don't need to play the first one. The first one is like set a few hundred years before or something like that. It's basically completely separate. So I would play the second one, since it's a few hundred hours worth of game. Play that, and you won't have to worry about the kind of dated mechanics in the first one. And you kind of see where a lot... obviously Baldur's Gate was its own franchise, but you kind of see where they got a lot of their craft from to be able to do that. Because yeah, this game is going to be incredible, guys. Get hyped for it. We'll keep making videos on its progress when it comes out. As I said, can confirm that it is a similar view to Baldur's Gate, and it is going to have turn-based combat like Baldur's Gate. I know that puts a lot of people off. I've got some friends that absolutely loathe that kind of gameplay, but I absolutely love it, guys. So give us a like if you enjoyed my video. Subscribe if you want to see some more when it comes, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.